How's it going, everybody? Welcome to week 16. We've made it through world religions, and hopefully you've learned quite a bit about world religions, or a little something about a little bit, maybe you knew little bit about one religion, and now you know a little bit more about some others, or come in with nothing, and now you kind of know sort of some major ideas, texts, concepts, and this idea of what religion is, which is also very hard to define in itself, as we've also learned throughout the course of the semester. So. Yeah, and I think I read over everyone's discussion post from last week, sort of, what they got out of it, the sort of hyena of this Ka'al framework. And I recorded my responses to everybody's. I only had 30 seconds, so it's kind of condensed. I'm sorry if I was sort of talking fast. But good. Hopefully, it seemed like everyone got something out of this course, which is the important point of everything. So yeah, and this week just kind of reviewing the lectures, just sort of a review of what we learned, trying to pick out some main points of the different world religions, and then some of the more regional religions we've touched on as well, kind of mixed and matched all of those. And then this week, by Friday, your final projects. Again, you've kind of hopefully been working on these throughout the semester, so it's not too stressful this week. But get a paper done, a little write-up about what your topic is. Again, keep these manageable. I tried to kind of harp on that point throughout your different drafts, right? I mean, you can't write the entire history of Jesus in 3 to 5 pages, right? Or try to kind of fix something. And also, I want you to engage with the primary sources, like if you're going to do Christianity, what are some elements of the Bible, the New Testament, that you can put into your paper? So, part of religion is what are the texts that make up these religions? So, the text can be written or oral. If you're doing more of an oral tradition, that's fine. That oral stuff is there. Make sure you mix it in a little bit. So that's kind of the paper, and then turn those into the assignment section, and then your presentation, which again, there's a guidelines there. First 2 slides need to be pretty much, everyone should have the same format, style, the sort of information you put on those, and pictures are fine, but the first 2 slides are sort of, I want them in a specific order. Look at the review guide for that. And then the rest of them are up to you. Again, I mean, 5 to 7 slides, a 10-minute. Think about if you were giving a 10-minute presentation, you really only have 5 to 7 slides to get through. So, and again, refrain from just cutting and pasting sections from your paper into your slides. Try to make those, pretend you're giving this presentation. If you want to record it and narrate over it, that's totally fine. There's plenty of apps in order you can do that. Loom is one, and you can upload those to discussions as well. I want you to put the presentations on discussions, just in case maybe other people are interested in seeing what you've been doing over the course of the semester, or interesting topics or similar topics. So I want people to have access to those presentations. So put those on the discussion post there. And then the last little thing is just the final exam. Again, this shouldn't really be that difficult. Don't stress out about it too much. Just kind of review kind of what we've learned, go through the weeks, get the main points. There'll be 4 sections. The first one, fill in the blank, pretty straightforward. Word bank. Matching, again, we'll kind of mix and match terms and images and text, and you got to kind of put that in there. The third one is sort of a short answer. There'll be 2 questions, one on the function of religion, one on the substance of religion. I'll give you a little more guided prompts, but I do want that to be sort of comparative. You have to look at like 3 different religions and talk about how these relate. Function of religion, what questions do they answer, what are the moral ethics embedded in these religious traditions. Substantial substance of religions, there's symbols, music, texts, the texts themselves. So again, sort of more comparative, world religion comparative questions. Again, you can just use the course material is all you need to use on that. This is an open, my quizzes are open note, so you can use anything from this class. And then the last one is sort of a defining of religion. What I want you to do, and again, I've made a note of this in the email, but here again, look at your ask everyone to define religion the first week of this, what it meant to them. So go back and listen to that before you take the final exam, kind of get your mind in there, and then elaborate on that. Is your definition still the same? Great. Is there things you can take from this class to kind of help flesh out that discussion, or has it changed some? And if so, how, why? So just kind of engage in that. So yeah, it's your own words, and just kind of talk about from day one to 16 weeks later. How is that? How has your thoughts changed or not changed? I mean, maybe that definition you've stuck with it, and which is totally fine, and you figured out how to kind of navigate these different religious topics through that. So great. So yeah, use just kind of reflecting on what you've learned. And again, you can use anything. Course materials are totally open. Anything from this course. Please refrain from using things outside of this course. I mean, we have a textbook, we have all sorts of stuff. If I'll kind of zip through some, run my questions through AI to kind of see what it's popping out. What did you learn? Use this as a reflection of what you can sort of talk about over the last 16 weeks, right? Great. I think that's it. Oh, one last point. Course evaluations. If you could do those again. This is my first run through with this course, first iteration. If there's things that worked, I'd like to know that. If there's things that didn't work, please let me know. I can help change it. I will change it. I get to teach it again in the spring, and hopefully it'll be there'll be some changes that I'll integrate into that and now that I have sort of a good baseline. But any feedback I can get from you guys would be great. Appreciate it. And good. Have a good rest of your semester and have a good winter break.